Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our lesson today. I'm Collins Mushila. I'll be taking you through this. Okay, I'm muted. It's okay. Okay, let me go back. Which one is muted now? I think it is muted from outside. This one. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Oh, microphone. So yeah. Oh, so I can. Okay, I hope you can get me now. So I was saying, sorry for that mishap. My name's Collins Mishila. Today we are going to be looking at drip irrigation system. And before we start, I know the previous lesson we were looking at different types of irrigation systems. And I hope everybody is now in class so we can begin by reviewing. First of all, let me make sure. Okay, so those who are having their mics on, please mute your mics. Okay, thank you so much. I hope I'm now audible. So we were looking at irrigation, different types of irrigation last time, and we can maybe do a review of the same. So who can explain to us what irrigation is before we begin? What did we say irrigation is? Okay, Dennis.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay, Dennis, I can get you.
Yes, we say irrigation is the artificial addition of water.
Okay, that's very good. And what did we say the importance of irrigation is? Kinoti, can you give us a okay? Any trial?
Yes,
Okay, Julius.
the importance of innovation is that it enables us to practice agriculture through what they need.
Okay, thank you so much for that response. So today we are going to continue with the same topic of irrigation, and today we are going to be looking at drip irrigation systems. And a drip irrigation system is one of the most efficient methods of irrigation that uh, has been uh, has been a favorite amongst farmers, and it's very advisable to use it because it uses minimum amount of water. So, for definition of a drip irrigation system, this is a system of supplying filtered water directly onto or into the soil, and it eliminates the running of water over the soil or spraying through the air. In this method, water is dissipated in an outlet device called an emitter. So the diagram below shows components of a simple drip irrigation system. We are going to look at them in detail in our presentation, but just an overview. We have a pressure. We have, first of all, we have a pumping system where I'm pointing the cursor, and then after that, we have a pressure regulator. Then from the pressure regulator, we have a filter, and then we have valves, which are control valves for regulating the water flow. And then we have the laterals, which also help in delivery of water. So this is a drip irrigation system in a field setup. That is an example. And this particular type is a two-line system. So we are going to look at some of the fundamental principles of irrigating using a drip irrigation system. In drip irrigation system, only the root zone of the crop is irrigated, and the water content of the root zone is maintained at optimum levels. So there are some advantages of drip irrigation systems. First of all, there is no tailwater losses, and there is no deep percolation. But percolation is reduced to minimal. And then also the areas that are wetted, and there is no drainage provisions which are normally required. And then another advantage is that there's no specific land grading which is required, and the method can be used on a wide range of soil types and slopes. So continuation, it is a nearly constant low tension can be maintained in the root zone, so that especially horticultural crops are not exposed to periodic water stress. And then also, when you're using this drip irrigation system, you can use slightly more saline water, which can be remain diluted by restricting the wetted area. And then weed growth and the development of fungal diseases are also minimized. And then fertilization is easily done through mixing fertilizer with the water near the water source. There is also other advantages such as easy management and high level of automation can be achieved. Hence, you are able to save labor. So there are also some disadvantages of drip irrigation system. Who can give us some of the disadvantages of this particular system? Okay,
I try.
okay, Julius.
It is expensive.
Uh-huh. Can you explain what you mean by being expensive?
The initial investment is high. The cost of installing and maintaining is high.
Okay, that is true. Initial cost of maintenance is high, although the system is sustainable in the long run. And then another disadvantage, Tobias, you want to make a try?
Yes, many a time.
Okay, Dennis.
Yes, yeah, yes. Another disadvantage is that drip irrigation is not suitable for slopy grounds, steep slope.
Okay, that is true. That's very good. Another trial, another attempt. Okay, Janet.
There's a high risk of tampering with the pipes when you're carrying out the other functions in the farm, like weeding and yes, like weeding.
Okay, that's very true. Thank you so much for that approach. So there is always there are other disadvantages salinity can build up if the design is not well done, and then when no rainfall washes the soils down, some extra leaching facilities may be required. And then there is also, so we are going to look at some of the components of the drip irrigation system, although we had already looked at some of them. But normally the system components of a drip irrigation, we have a pump or a gravity pressure supply, a pressure regulator, a fertilizer injector pump, a water filter, a main supply line, a number of manifold lines with control valves, and then we have laterals with flexible PVC or polyethylene hose pipes and emitters, which are fixed. So this is the basic components. We had already looked at them, and this is a more clear illustration of the same. And as you can see, we have the different components that I had already mentioned. So there is the part that we call emitter, which is a very vital part for drip irrigation. This is where the water drops to the crop to supplement the crop water requirement. And there are different types, like the one that is displayed here is the long path emitter, and we also have the orifice type emitter, which is shown here. So a good emitter has to give uh, low but uniform constant discharge, and then it has to be also sensitive. So when you are installing already, Dennis had told us that you don't need to install, you have to install it, you don't need to install it in this other way, but this is the correct way of installing the drip lines. So this is just a pictorial. We have a YouTube illustration of how to do the installation of the drip irrigation system. So I will not be able, but will be able to share the link to the video so that you can watch at your own time. So in conclusion, we have said drip irrigation is an efficient and water-saving irrigation technique, and then proper design, installation, and maintenance will give an optimal production. And then through drip irrigation, easy management and a high level of automation can be achieved, thus saving labor requirements. So thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I don't know if there are any questions. Okay, seems there are no questions. So we are going to end our lessons, our lesson today. Thank you so much.